Hello my little crafty monsters, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is fabulous. So in this fabulous tutorial we are going to go ahead and make some Easter cards. I mean, we definitely need to make some Easter cards, right? Rather they be just to hand them out, or maybe it's somebody's birthday, like you never know, boo-boos. There is a birthday every day of the month, so I'm pretty sure you guys know somebody who their birthday is in, oh my god, when is Easter? When is Easter? Hey Siri, when is Easter? Let's find out.
Easter is on Sunday, the 12th of April.
There you go, the 12th of April. Just so you guys know, because I bet you guys didn't know this, but that's 2 days before my birthday, boo-boo. And we turned 25. Yay! Yeah, right. I will never say my age, though, boo-boo. Let's just say that I'm around there. No. Anywho. So, we're going to go ahead and make some Easter cards. And let's just get down and dirty, boo-boo, because I know you guys want to get down and dirty. So, I will see you guys in a bit. Alrighty then, my little crafty monsters. Let's get down and dirty and make these little bad boys right here. I promise someday he's going to stop that. He really is. But anyway, for right now, what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and use all the supplies on our desk. This is some paper that we picked up from Joann's. These are my Tombow markers. These little stamps, I picked them up from Z. Michaels. And we're going to go ahead and prep our little card base. Now, if you guys need some information about card bases and card mats, I will link a little tutorial on the bottom that kind of explains more about that. And so all we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and cut all of our paper that we need. Now, just remember that when we are doing a card base, I like using a 110-pound recollection card stock. That's just because the thicker the card, it's just going to look a lot more professional. Now, for the card mats, I don't really worry too much about it. You can go ahead and do a 65-pound recollections. But in this case, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and use this polka dot paper that we picked up from Z. Joann's. Now, this white paper that you see me cutting, it's a multimedia. And the reason why we're using this paper is because we will be doing some watercoloring with some markers, the Tombow markers. And we don't want the paper to get distorted. So we're going to go ahead and use multimedia, and that's going to prevent that from happening. Right here, I'm just going to go ahead and prep all of my card bases, and we're just going to go ahead and get those ready. Now, right here, I'm going to go ahead and pick my nesting circle dies. We are going to use these little felt stickers that we picked up from Z. Michaels. Super duper cute little stickers. I really love these. They're just like a little silhouette of a little rabbit, but it's like the back and the side. And it's like super duper cute. And so right here, we're just going to go ahead and look for the little, the perfect little circle. And I think this circle is a little bit too big, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the next one that's down. And I don't want too much to really show. I want the focus point. Spit it out, Jesse. Spit it out. I want the focus point to be the little felt sticker. Now, a lot of people are not going to know that this is a felt sticker, but you and I know it's a sticker, and this is the only sticker that we're going to go ahead and use. And the background, we're going to go ahead and make a little flower and a little green mountain, and you guys are going to see it's going to be super duper cute. So right here, we're going to go ahead and put both papers together, and we're going to go ahead and run that with our Sizzix die cutting machine. And I'm doing both of them at the same time so that that circle will be in the same spot for both of the cards. Now, those circles, we're going to go ahead and just save those for a different project. So right here, we are just going to go ahead and kind of line up that mixed media paper to the back of that, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw a circle with I'm going to trace a circle with a pencil. Later on, we're going to go ahead and erase that, so don't even worry about it. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to go ahead and know where to center this little DSP paper, and also I need to know how or where the little background is going to be. And right here, I'm just going to go ahead and freehand it with a pencil, a little mountain, and then I'm going to go over it with a little Sharpie thin marker, and I'm going to go ahead and just make like little grass here and there. And then we're going to go ahead and color that green. The reason why I'm using a Sharpie marker is because it's not going to bleed once I use the watercolor markers. You don't want to use the black of the watercolor markers because when you start coloring it with that green, it's going to wet that black line and it's going to just pick up that color. It's not going to look cute. So you want a permanent marker to go ahead and draw if you're going to draw, you know, the background freehand. You could definitely draw some little twigs and some little tall grass or maybe even some little flowers. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and use some stamps. This is the stamp set that we picked up at Z. Michaels. And we're going to go ahead and just use the little flowers from this stamp. And we're also going to go ahead and use the sentiment in the front of the card with this stamp set as well. This stamp set, we had picked them up at Michael's. It was a super duper deal, guys. It was, so this pack came with like 3 different types of, stamps. And it was for $19. I know you guys think that's a lot, but it came with 4 different stamps. Like exactly what you see right here. It was 4 of them all coordinating together. And it was a buy one and you get 2 of them for free. So I went ahead and I could not pass that deal. So I went ahead and I got that. Those are the little flowers that came in this set. And we are going to go ahead and just color those in now that they are stamped onto that mixed media paper. And then we're going to go ahead and just use our Tombow dual brush watercolor markers. These are my go-to markers. You guys have seen me use these markers over and over and over. And these are my ultimate favorite. So now we're going to go ahead and just color these little bad boys in. We're going to go ahead and just color the grass in however you guys want. It doesn't really have to be perfect. Even if it has some highs and some lows, I mean, that's the way grass is. Some areas are a little greener than the other. And so, you know, I'm not really too worried about that. And then this is also the part where you could go ahead and erase that black. Oh, I'm sorry, not the black. You could go ahead and erase the little pencil marking that you guys did to go ahead and guide you where that circle and what's going to be visible and what's not. I know that some of this little marker, I know that some of these little flowers are not going to show too much on once we put that circle and once we put the rabbit in there, but it's okay, guys, because you still will see a lot of it and it's just going to look like a really cute little background. It's going to look like the rabbit is sitting on that mountain looking out, and that the flowers are just, you know, behind it or in front of it, or however. If it's looking towards the flowers, then yeah, the flowers are in front of it, because to us it looks like it's behind it. Does that make sense? I don't know, boo-boos, does it? Anywho, go ahead and just color these whatever color you guys want. If you guys are going to use some Copic markers, you guys could definitely do some amazing shading with this. But since Jesse just uses the watercolor Tombows, we're just going to go ahead and try to do this as best as we possibly can. And I'm going to go ahead and just color that in. And then once we color this in, guys, we are just going to go ahead and kind of put this little bad boy together. And then we are going to emboss it with some embossing powder to make the sentiment in the front of this be super cute. Now, I was going to use this wooden block, but I didn't end up using it. I'm going to go ahead and use a different, I'm actually going to use a sentiment from the stamp set that we've been using, actually. So we're going to go ahead and just rub that with an anti-static pouch and then get everything ready, because you guys know once you stamp this, you guys want to have your powder and everything completely ready. So you guys could go ahead and just put the powder onto the wet ink before it dries. Right here, I'm just going to go ahead and soak up that stamp really, really good. Press it in there, give it some time for that ink to transfer onto the paper, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw that embossing powder on top. Now, we're going to go ahead and be careful and put that aside and then work on our second one so that both of them could be ready, and then we can go ahead and just throw the heat tool on these little bad boys before we ruin it. Because if you touch that, guys, that little powder is going to come off of that sentiment and you're going to have a area where it's not going to have the powder. So you guys have to be super duper careful. Trust me, this has happened to me so many times. So just be careful with that. So anyway, right here, I'm going to go ahead and just clean up my stamps like I always do. You guys always see me clean these up. And then I'm going to go ahead and I already have my heating tool already kind of heating up, because you want to make sure that this is heated so that you don't have to put too much heat on that paper, because if you guys have ever embossed before, you guys will know that the cardstock will kind of warp a little bit. And so in order to prevent that from happening, I like adding the heat in the back and in the front. So it basically stays kind of, you know, it stays it's how straight as possible can be. Because if not, if you just hit it on the front, it's going to kind of warp and it just is going to look ugly. So that's a sentiment right there. Now, I know you guys can't see it right now, but you could definitely see it in person. It is super duper duper cute. Now right here, the rest is just super easy, guys. We're going to go ahead and just glue these little bad boys together. Just go ahead and center that circle on your little background. Now remember, it doesn't have to be too perfect because we did erase that little circle, so you can't really tell, but it's just really getting that picture in the back of that. And so that's the way we did the background for this, and we're going to go ahead and do that to both cards. And then once you have this done, guys, then you guys will definitely want to go ahead and start stamping the sentiment in the inside, because on the inside of the card base. That's basically what I like to do a lot of the times because it just makes it a lot easier. Now on these cards, I made the little bunny be a little bit different. One is kind of looking towards that way and the other one is kind of sideways. And that was just to give it a little, you know, different kind of look to it. I didn't want them to be identical. So right here, we're just going to go ahead and stamp the Happy Easter in the inside. And we are using that wooden block that originally we were going to use in the front. But we ended up using a different sentiment. And that was to just fill up that area a little bit more. Now that we have the sentiment in the inside, we could definitely glue the panel in the front, you know, card mat. And the reason why we want to do this, we want to stamp the sentiment on the card base first, is it just in case you guys mess up, we could always just fix that. You guys have seen me, you know, fold it the opposite way and cover that up with the front of the card. Does it make sense? I don't know. I don't know, boo-boos, but you guys have seen me mess this up before, so you guys know what I'm talking about. So right here, I'm just going to go ahead and glue that, and that is like super duper easy, guys. These cards are super easy to make, like there was really no to it, and we're going to go ahead and just fill up these little green leaves that we kind of forgot to color. And then once we get these little bad boys done, then we are completely done with this card. I hope that inspires you guys to make some of these little cards to send out for your Easter loves. And that's it, guys. Welcome back, my little crafty monsters. That's how easy it was to make those little cute little cards. I hope that inspires you guys to make some, because like, you know us, we always do some greenie cards, and I love to do the greenie cards. So definitely make some of those. And if you guys do, you have to share with us, my little crafty monsters, because we would love to see your guys' creations. I want to see like all your guys' ideas and all that stuff. So definitely hit us up on Facebook or Instagram, Paper to Masterpiece, and go ahead and share your project with us. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and hit that little icon. It's a picture of moi. And we become BFFFFFFs. Because I know BFs is good, my little crafty monsters. I know it is. But BFFFF is even better. And what... we didn't even say that right. Did we say that right? We didn't even say that right. But you guys know what I'm talking about, for all of you guys who have been coming to my channel. And all the newbies, well, what I was trying to say was that I know BFs is good, but BFFFF is even better. So hit that little icon. Oh, and also, since you guys are already there, hit the little bell icon so you guys will get notified every time I upload a video, so you guys don't be left behind. And also give us a thumbs up, because that will help our channel grow, and we definitely need to grow. Can't stay a little baby forever, boo-boos. Come on. And share and tell a friend, because your friends need to know how fabulous our tutorials are. And that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. Until next time, goodbye.